our medical expert talks about a new muscular condition called cream face, in which the sufferer, it's happening.
And on the latest installment of Where in the World is Dayton, the answer is, they're still in Ohio, not even that far from Dayton, like a day trip. It's time to wake up, college basketball! Welcome to the latest episode of Wake Up College Basketball, brought to you by Samsung and their vibrant, beautiful, and curved, I love all these adjectives, SUHD.
Look at all that color.
So much color.
I don't have any of it.
No, it's all
I gave
it's
it all
here.
to the television.
You're so generous.
Selfless.
There it is. All right, today we are looking back at day 2 of the NCAA Tournament and also looking ahead at the round of 32. Let's start with the awesome things, actually. And I'm going to start here.
Just you going back or are you going forward?
Speaking of not that much color,
okay.
I'm going back. Yeah. Aaron White and Iowa.
Yeah.
Wow, were they good.
Woo.
They were fantastic against Davidson. A lot of people not super high on the Hawkeyes coming into the tournament, an up and down Big Ten run. And Davidson, a lot of people like Davidson. Their coaching staff has been very good, but Iowa really efficient throughout the game, and Aaron White really was inside and so good, hit a 3. He was just everything you want, and to win by 30, that makes Iowa that much more impressive than we ever could have imagined.
Yeah, that was a 10-7. I feel like a lot of people were like, oh yeah, I can say, and by a lot of people I mean me, but I'm not that bright.
Right.
So.
To you looking forward, what is awesome in your mind about the weekend?
I'm really excited to watch this Butler-Notre Dame game.
My God, yes.
Because Notre Dame obviously got very lucky that Northeastern didn't even get a shot off to end that game. Butler, on the other hand, it has a weird transition. They just played one of the best defensive teams in the tournament in Texas. Now they have to face one of the best offensive teams.
A much smaller team in Notre Dame,
but a smaller team that didn't need to take a lot of. They only took 6 threes against Butler.
Right.
Against Northeastern. That is. So they're happy to just take a lot of quality 2-point shots. Still one of the most efficient teams offensively.
The coaching matchup is great here too.
So I just don't know. It'll be interesting to see if Butler can find like a second and third option so that they can keep up with Notre Dame pace and scoring efficiency wise. I don't know if they can, but I think it will be very interesting to see if Butler can switch gears so quickly after that Texas
Butler's
game.
Not going to get killed. Butler's going to play well. Perhaps not well enough, but they're going to be in this game no matter what. All right. Something I wasn't expecting, though, at this point, Dayton, who had to play in the play-in game, which, by the way, that in and of itself was unexpected. They did not deserve to be playing in that game. But as an 11 seed, taking down Providence, who might have the most versatile player in the country at this point, especially in the backcourt in Chris Dunn, who gets into foul trouble early for the Friars. They couldn't hit anything, Providence.
The lid was all over the bucket for them.
And we know about Dayton, Scoochie Smith, their point guard, very good job. And this is a team that went deep into the tournament last year, has a very good coach in Archie Miller, and fortunate at this point, they're playing in Columbus.
Yeah,
opening round in Dayton, Columbus. Now they take on Oklahoma, so it's an advantageous situation, even though they had to play an extra game.
Do you think you could, at this point in your life, start going by Scoochie?
Oh, I'd love to. It would be tough.
I think you're more of a Scooter.
I was going to say a Scooch. I feel like more of I think I could pull off Scooter. Fair enough.
Scooter it is.
What to you now looking forward were you not expecting?
I don't think anybody was expecting an 11-14 matchup between UCLA and UAB.
Right.
UCLA, obviously a surprise to a lot of people that they even got in the tournament, that they weren't playing in one of the playing games.
And the way they beat SMU.
The way that they beat SMU. Although, look, let's be fair. SMU had chances to put that game away and just didn't.
Correct.
And also Bryce Alford, he didn't make that last 3 technically, but pretty much all the other threes he did. So this will be interesting because if UCLA has to come back to earth from beyond the arc, right? Like you can't shoot 50% 2 games in a row.
Right.
Maybe they can. If they can, I don't think UAB's got a great chance, but UAB got here because they were just dominant on the glass. And if they can do that again, I don't know. It's so hard to say because these are two teams that for so long in the season, UAB wasn't even above 500 this year until February. Jeez. And now they have a chance to be advancing to past the round of 32.
So you've got a late bloomer against a UCLA team that really never blooms.
A UCLA team that went 3-8 against tournament teams this year, but they're still in, and lots of our teams aren't.
UCLA could be a Sweet 16 team. Yeah. All right. When I look at meaningful, I look at what Wichita State and Fred VanVleet were able to do Fred VanVleet and Ron Baker, on a cold night.
Yeah.
Just from the floor, they were not efficient at all. Indiana they hit 50% of their threes.
Yep.
Indiana was hitting everything. Yogi Ferrell was great. But the fact that Wichita State now gets Kansas with the backcourt they have, a talented but beat up and somewhat flawed, still very good Kansas team,
yep.
that in-state game, I think is going to be very fun. A lot of people sort of accuse Kansas of ducking Wichita State. Now they get them in a round of 32, and we've seen what VanVleet and Baker are able to do in the tournament this year now without Cleanthony Early, who moved on to the NBA. So it will be interesting to see if Wichita State can win so thoroughly dominating the ball with the backcourt and not having that dynamic playmaker.
They did a really good job of, they would lead by 7 and all of a sudden the lead was down to 1.
Yes.
And they didn't let the run get out of control.
Right.
They didn't necessarily hold the lead with the stranglehold you might like to see. But you never felt like, oh, this game is totally getting away from Wichita State.
Yeah, if I'm Kansas, I'm terrified of the combination of a great backcourt and a great coach in Greg Marshall.
So, meaningful.
Yes.
Meaningful looking forward.
Yes.
UNC Arkansas is going to be a very interesting game because on paper we say, oh, this is going to be super fast. These are two of the biggest, highest-paced teams in the tournament. But they both had their slowest game just this week.
They have been slowed down, yeah.
So, I mean, it will be interesting to see if they can get back to what they want to do.
Which I think they will.
And also who that favors. I mean, UNC's, one of their big problems against Harvard was turnovers. Mm-hmm. And Arkansas loves to make you turn the ball over, beat you on transition. But I think the bigger question for UNC is, can they keep up the offensive balance? This year, when Marcus Page takes more than 10 shots, UNC is 9-8.
I like that. I think he should take a million shots. I want a lot of shots.
Element to it?
There's drama. Everybody's tuning in. North Carolina could have put this game away. Yeah. They're shooting themselves out of the game.
Oh my God.
I love that.
Yeah. So I think Arkansas will be an interesting team to watch because when they can play the game they want to, they are terrifying.
This is true. This
They're
is
absolutely
true.
terrifying.
They don't necessarily have the talent to do it on a
They're
huge
the SEC
level.
Player of the Year, though.
That's true.
That's nothing to shake your head at. So.
Okay. And finally, if we're going to talk about good parenting, which this show is nothing if not a show about good parenting.
Obviously.
Oklahoma State childhood fans, Coors hats.
I think they're 21.
They're 21.
Combined.
They're clearly
If you combine them, they're 21.
But Oklahoma State in a losing effort. Go Ducks! And thank you for watching Wake Up College Basketball, brought to you once again by our vibrant, vibrant TV behind us, made by Samsung. It's curved and beautiful. It's the SUHD. We're here every day after tournament games. We'll see you soon.